morning over there. But I'm sure...
It's Friday night, bro. They're still up.
Ah, that's true, actually. Yeah, that's true. It's only 2 o'clock in the morning. That's nothing. They're probably just coming from dinner. They're just sipping on an espresso, watching Benoit in action.
And here we go. This is a replay of Alex Salazar's wave. And you see that beautiful drop. And he's very patient with it. Comes around the corner. Steady in the white water on that backup paddle that he's got. And right here draws a beautiful line stretching down that wave. Scoots up on the board just a little for that much more speed and positioning. Tucks under right there. He gets covered.
Oh,
and anytime the lip is making you disappear a little bit, that's a barrel.
That's pretty legitimate right there, actually.
Yep.
On the replay, I'm even more convinced that was definitely a legitimate cover up there.
So pouring it on is Salazar. 30 seconds remaining. Keone Keolana has to bail out of that wave, and the wind just takes his board right off the face.
We've got Kala Alexander on a big one on the outside.
Wow. 25 seconds.
This has been a pretty action-packed heat. Plenty of waves, plenty of sets. As Kala sets up again, he wants another barrel. And it looks like he's pulled in, and he gets
crunched. 3, 2, 1.
So that was definitely the barrel heat of the day, I think, for the amount of guys pulling in and actually successfully navigating the barrel.
Standing by to start heat number 4. Heat number 4, stand by. Can't wait to see the shots from the GoPro on Kala's board.
Okay, perfect.
Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, heat number 4 has started. Benoit Carpentier in red, Ikaika Kalama in white, Matt Becker in blue, and Jamie Sterling in green. And I'm joined now by Makua Rothman. Just came in from Pipe, bro. How was it over there?
It was unreal. Waves are really good. Now I came back for my heat, but I serve tomorrow first heat.
All right. And here we are on frame. Check out the camera right here.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to Kala Alexander. Good job out there, Kala. He's ripping. Give a round of applause for Kala Alexander, folks, coming in. Big barrels charging.
He definitely
Look at this guy out the back.
charging.
Wow. Who's that?
That is green Jamie Sterling. No stranger to big waves.
Wow, Jamie's ripping. Nice off the top. That's definitely going to be a score, just making around that section. Oh, big flyaway air.
And, yep, my cousin Josh watching online in Jacksonville, Florida, saying it looks super windy. And it's even more nuts and windy when you're on a stand-up board out there. When you're prone paddling, it's hard enough. But when you're trying to stand up and paddle against the wind in these waves, it's nearly impossible. So these guys are really on top of their game. This is Matt Becker up in riding in blue. And calling heat number 5 to check in, Kyle Vaz, Noah Janela, Kainoa Hawani'o, and Jamie O'Brien. Check in. Kyle, Noah, Kainoa, and Jamie check in.
Ikaika out the back with a beautiful turn. Oh, Lasties got excited. Everybody give Kala a round of applause. He's ripping out there.
Oh,
good job, Captain.
Charging with a capital C. The first barrel he had was unbelief. Came out and then caught a rail a little bit, but had enough of the exit to get the score, possibly.
Looks like I might be riding one of Kalau's boards tomorrow morning. He's got some nice looking boards.
Join the club. I saw somebody else on one of his boards too.
Do we get any scores? Got some wonderful surfing going on right there, huh, Rock?
We're going to shoot it down to the beach with Mauliola's own Kala Alexander. Tell us about that last heat and that experience out at Sunset.
Can you hear me? Yep. Went really well. Luckily, I got some good waves. Super challenging. The wind just came up, so it's hard to stay on your feet out there. But I want to say thanks to Uncle Eddie, the Hui, We All Ride Clothing, Nectar Glasses, Mauliola Foundation. Love you guys. Also want to thank the Pine, Nixon Watches, GoPro. Thanks for all the support. Really stoked to be out there and stoked to be surfing with all these great athletes out here. I want to say thanks to the Waterman's League, all the sponsors that put this event on, Turtle Bay, Maui Gym, GoPro obviously. Really stoked. The waves are good and somebody's doing something right because we always get good waves for this event, and I just want to say thanks to everybody who put this together.
And you had an incredible barrel out there the whole week. How did it go?
How'd it look? Yeah, I'm stoked, man. Maybe could have used a smaller board, but with the challenging conditions, make up a lot more ground on this bigger board. So I got out there really quick. Once I caught a wave, I got back out pretty quick. So I think going to a 25-minute heat was a good decision, because originally it was going to be 20 minutes, and be lucky if any of us got 2 waves in 20 minutes. So thank you guys for listening and changing the duration of the heat. All right, thank you very much, you guys. Oh, I gotta thank Tommy, all the boys at Stuff Company in Laguna. We got the best boards right here, the best paddles. Stand Up Paddle Company, Laguna Beach. StandUpPaddleCompany.com. Right on, you guys. Thank you.
Mahalo, Kala. Good job out there, bro. That was inspirational. Can't wait to see the GoPro shots.
Wow, there's a beautiful set out the back. We almost had Red up and riding. He stopped White from catching that wave and fell off.
And luckily, they were able to dodge the next few waves and stay safe out there. Coming up next in Heat 5,
Hey, Kala,
they're getting checked in.
can I borrow a board for tomorrow? Okay.
Still coming up.
At least I can paddle out before.
Pretty mellow. Here we go, paddling. This is Blue Matt Becker. Matt Becker already with a pretty good ride under his belt. And Matt working his way to the bottom.
This guy rips, Rocky. I was watching him surf the last couple of waves, and he's doing some unbelievable maneuvers on that board.
Yep, he's one of our California competitors.
So what is the tour schedule here, Rocky? What do we got going on?
We've got Brazil coming up next. I don't think we're going to get to go to Tahiti. I think we got France on tap again. And Western Australia is on the menu. Well, that's all the surfing events. And then
How you doing?
our racing tour will see us stop back in Chicago. So We've got quite a number of venues on tap for the 2013 Kainoa Hawani'o, getting ready for heat number 5.
The Big Island's finest, Kainoa Hawani'o. Look at this set out the back, Rocky. This is a real set at Sunset, ladies and gentlemen.
Non-stop.
I live here my whole life, and you don't really want to see one of these unless you're way outside.
And have a jet ski somewhere nearby. Thank you to Hawaiian Water Patrol for providing that.
This is probably as big as you can. This is probably as big as you can surf Sunset competitively, I think.
It's pretty much maxing out.
Any bigger than this? Good luck.
Starts connecting with camis.
Gentlemen, this is going to be some amazing wipeouts coming up here. Kaika. Oh my God, the jet ski better go. Hey, jet ski better go and get it. Kaika.
Better make sure you got a quality, brand new leash on your board.
Any barrels yet?
Halal just did it like 3 times. Time remaining in this heat, 15 minutes. 15 minutes and counting for heat number 5. Coming up next will be our final heat of the day.
Thank goodness, because I'm heat 7.
And riders, athletes, please return your jerseys immediately after your heat. Please return your jerseys right after your heat.
Or you will be fined $1,500. Pay to the order of Makua.
$750 can go to Rockwell.
Looks like we might have some action out the back, Rocky.
Yeah, we got some sets, some of the mid-size sets rolling in. That looks like the more preferred choice of waves for these guys. Catching the mid-size ones. The big ones are
go get him, Jamie.
Ranking. Jamie O.
Jamie O'Brien with some technical difficulties in the short break.
Some STDs, small kind technical difficulties.
Come on, James, you can make it past the short break, bro.
There's a shot of Jamie. Oh, barely made it over. Scrambling to find the paddle. Now he looks like he's got his equipment all in control.
What time is 3:15 right now? I'm going to be done in this at 3:30. No, we don't really have time to do that. He said we got 8 hours from when we stop. So, oh yeah, this is heat 4. Be nice to finish heat 6, right?
And then get through heat 6.
Can we get to heat 6?
I think we can.
I think we can do it, yeah.
Wait,
we start at 8:30.
You just gotta watch.
11 minutes, 40 seconds. 11 minutes, 40 seconds. Remaining in heat number 4. Heat number 5 should be checked in and heading out. Heat number 6, you're going to be our final heat of the day. Be on standby. Kai Lenny, Dave Muir, Riggs Napoleon, Connor Baxter.
Oh, nice, beautiful off the top. Big cut back right there. You should have done. Right there it is. Oh, nice big finish maneuver. Out the back in blue.
That's Matt Becker.
This
And
guy rips. Look at
Matt
this. Wham, in the pocket.
carving, driving. Gonna try pull in and
Whoa.
say how's it to the lip. One fast one. Here's green. This is Jamie Sterling. And Sterls getting around the corner, looking for some speed and not going to be able to make it around that section. So Jamie Sterling straightens out.
Looks like some beautiful sets out the back again, Rocky. We got a red. Who is red? We got Benoit. Is that how you say that?
Yep, Benoit Carpentier.
Benoit
From-
Carpentier.
guess where he's from?
He's from France. Looks like he's going to be all alone out the back with a beautiful set approaching.
Well, he's all alone. We'll see if he can be in the right position. He's one of our junior competitors. He competed in the Nakamakai Junior Pro at Turtle Bay 2 days ago. Here we go. Here's Benoit in position. The young 16-year-old up and riding. Nice looking wave, big bottom turn, slashing off the top, needs to aim his board down the line.
Whoa, Benoit looking a little light out there in these conditions.
Oh man, he got picked up and slapped down.
Had a nice turn before that. Nice drop and, little score. Something on the board right now. How much minutes we got left, Rocky?
7 minutes, 40 seconds, 7:40.
7 minutes, 40 seconds, and a windsurfer kite guy out the back.
A kite wind guy. Here's a replay of Benoit's wave on the screen for all of you watching on standupworldtour.com. Thank you for joining us. We've had viewers tuning in from all over, from Florida, from Ohio, from
Look at that turn right there, Rocky. Bam,
Portugal.
nice
Look at that
unrail.
nice top turn, throwing spray out the
Then he
back.
gets a little hung up right here.
And you talked about it. He's so small
Oh.
and light.
It's that Sunset Beach wind that nobody
Right there,
really knows
Bob.
about. That's some nice camera work right there.
And on the outside, we've got a big
Blue again. This guy
drop for Matt Becker.
This guy's been ripping. Nice turn. Back into the bowl. Maybe a little barrel here.
Negotiating a little bit of backwash. And just gets outran by that speeding face up ahead. And he has to straighten out and kick out.
So tell me, Rocky, I've always been curious of how do they score this type of surfing event compared to a ASP event out here like the World Cup?
Well, there's a lot of similarities, in fact. But with this event being a stand-up World Tour event, you do have to stand up on the board for majority of the heat. The only time you're allowed to prone or knee paddle is if you're in the impact zone and you got to get to the channel. But every other moment of the heat, you should be standing up. So that's one thing that the judges take note of. And if you're laying down too long, pretty simple, they give you a triangle.
Wow. So if you accidentally fall off your board out there and you're swimming around?
No, well, you got to just get right back up and stand up again. But they're looking for the guys extra piece of equipment, which is the paddle. And they'll judge how you use the paddle, how you switch it on either side, your style. And there is a technique that is in the format of stand-up paddling. So if you just let go with one hand and try to shortboard style surf it, you won't get as much points as if you use the paddle as a rudder during the cutbacks. And here we go. Big wave on the outside, Makua.
Jamie Sterling in green up and riding on a beautiful wave. Oh, so I see right there how he switches the paddle over from one side to the other. Turn. That's part of. Oh, look, we have Ikaika out the back in white on a bomb.
Oh, that's a big drop for Kikes
If he surfs this wave right, this could be a heat winner right here.
Just got to bend
like
the legs.
Very good wave.
Bend the knees, Hawaiian. Bend the knees.
Oh, a little inside bowl section kind of got him. Look at that wave out the back, Rock.
Oh, perfect sunset right now.
We got Red, the youngster.
Benoit Carpentier. Benoit drops in a nice paddle change and a beautiful cutback right there. And once again, it's a little bit too light on his feet.
Yeah, the youngster is looking a little light out there. Every time he gets hit by the wind or the whitewash, he seems to fall down. So that could come into a factor at the end of this heat coming up here with how many minutes we got left, Rob?
We're under 4 minutes. Actually, we're right at the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes remaining.
Oh, out at Camiland. Wow, look at that barrel. It's got some beautiful waves at backyards, Camiland, Sunset. I mean, the North Shore is going off right now. I see Chuck Patterson going down to the water's edge.
Every spot must be going
looks like he's going to caddy for Kyle Lenny. Kyle Lenny coming up in heat number 6.
He's a former 2-time champion out here at Sunset.
Yeah, Kyle Lenny, I think he's a world champion, isn't he? Stand-up paddle.
And he has won a world title. He has won a Stand-Up World Series racing title as well. 3 minutes, 25 seconds. So if you're looking for professional competition on the North Shore, you have found it in some very big surf here at the Sunset Beach Pro, the first jewel, the first contest, first event of the Stand-Up World Tour, brought to you by the Waterman League and Turtle Bay Resort. And definitely no shortage of surf on this day number 2 of the Stand-Up World Tour event. We had day number 1 on Wednesday at Turtle Bay with the Turtle Bay Women's Pro and the Nakamakai Youth Challenge. They had a great time surfing at Turtle Bay right there beside the hotel. One minute, 25 seconds, 125 remaining in this heat number 4. Here we go, up and riding in red. This is Benoit Carpentier. We'll see if he can stay on the board. 1 minute remaining. And he's carving nicely. Now has to get some down the line speed. Racing that section. Gets around it. Tucks under and gets out to the shoulder for one final roundhouse cutback for the youngster Benoit Carpentier out of France. 35 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you're tuning in online, check out standupworldtour.com. Click on live feed, and you'll be able to see scores as well on standupworldtour.com. Click on that live feed button, and you'll be able to see some scores. Starting heat number 5 in red, Kyle Vaz. In green, that man right there, Jamie O'Brien. In white, Noah Janela. And in blue, Kainoa Hawanio. Heat number 6, check in. Kai Lenny, Dave Muir, Riggs Napoleon, and Connor Baxter. And we're going to do a quick replay of JOB's wave. He was tucking in, looking for the barrel, probably inspired by Kala Alexander and the gang in the heat before. So he got in for a second, then looked for another one, tried to sneak in and got denied. Here we go, dropping in. That is red, Kyle Vaz. And Kyle with a nice top turn, working it back into the wave. Here we go. Some big sets on the outside. Look at these waves rolling in. Oh, my goodness. One surfer bailing. As the caddies in the channel getting donuts as well. Heads up on the sand. We're going to have some high surges. And Kevin Seed on the inside. Going to go under that wave. Some pretty wild sets coming in right now. All surfers trying to just make a recovery and get back out to the lineup. Don Haverman from Reston, Virginia. You just won a Surf for the Bar t-shirt. Don Haverman from Western Virginia. You just won a Surf for the Bar t-shirt. Step on up to the Turtle Bay tent to claim your prize. Tristan Boxford. Check in with Maddie Schweitzer. All right, time remaining in this heat, 16 minutes and 20 seconds. 16:20 remaining. And up and riding, that is Jamie O'Brien in the green and finishing up his ride right there. On the outside in blue, this is Kainoa Hawanio from the Big Island. Nice big bottom turn. Slashes in the open face. And gets another bottom turn, now working around this section, trying to find more open face to work with. And he gets to the shoulder. On the outside is red, Kyle Vaz. Kyle dropping in clean, now has to get a lot of speed. Coming around the section and slashing in the curl, but gets upended and tossed off his board. We're watching a replay on standupworldtour.com. Kyle Vaz. You see him pumping with the paddle and then carving right underneath and just can't swing the board around enough and goes over and off the board. "12 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this heat. Mahalo to all of our sponsors: Starboard, Nash, JP Australia, Fanatic, Art and Surf, Corban, Bic SUP, Puka Patch, Rogue Body Glove, Mistral, of course, Maui Gym, Pacifico, Turtle Bay Resort, and the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl jumping in to give us some assistance. Jackson Close, please check in. Jackson Close, please check in. Here we go, out the back in white. This is Noah Janella from Cavella. And Noah working this wave on his backhand, trying to find a finishing maneuver. There he goes with 11 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Wow, check out this set on the outside. Look at outside camis, outside Sunset. It's all working, and it is huge today, folks. Huge waves coming in. These waves are as tall or taller than our scaffolding here. So you get a good idea of the wall of water that's approaching some of our surfers. And you see the top of our scaffolding. That's the height of some of these waves. Very dangerous, very consequential. But these athletes are up to the task. It's been a long day of competition. A lot of big waves ridden, a lot of good waves, a lot of wipeouts. Hawaiian Water Patrol's been working hard all day. Mahalo. There you are seeing them on the screen of our live webcast. Giving a ride to the surfer
Jamie
in
O'Brien
green.
right
Jamie O'Brien hunting for his equipment. Really getting a good leash test out here.
I think the leash test lost there.
Leash test failed. But these are some big stand-up boards, so big pieces of equipment pulling on a thin tether.
So we currently have Cavella boy Noah Janela is leading this heat right now. He is followed by Jamie O'Brien. And then Caio Vaz from Brazil.
So the second to the last heat, we're going to start giving scores. Look at this monster wave on the outside. And check it out in blue, dropping in Kainoa Hawani'o. He's from the Big Island, and he likes them big. And nice roundhouse cutty for Kainoa, and then puts another nice cutty on the face there, setting up for a big bottom turn. Off the top, outside, Noah from Cavella Janela.
Kainoa's got some slick turns to his repertoire there, huh?
Yeah, that was a really nice wave. That should possibly shake up the standings, as Kainoa able to get a nice couple of crisp turns in on that wave. 7 minutes, 50 seconds.
So we got a replay here of Kainoa Hawani'o's wave. Switching the paddle and banking back into the white water. It's this next turn, I think, that was a good one, right?
Very fluid, very stylish. Nice work of the paddle.
In the critical zone. Here we have a rider. This is Caio Vaz.
That's red up in riding. He needs some speed down the line. Not going to make it, so he kicks out. Fly away kick out. That big stand-up board looking like a little kite out there in these conditions. Hopefully he'll be able to get out of the way of this next wave.
So as Rocky so wisdom-filled said there, that was a game changer for Kainoa Hawani'o as he took the lead with that last wave. So
shot on your screen there, you see white in frame. That's Noah Janela, and a red Caio Vaz. They are working through that impact zone to get back out into the lineup. Our last heat of the day is on deck. Heat number 6 should be exciting. Two-time champion Kai Lenny up against Dave Muir, Riggs Napoleon, and Connor Baxter.
So the difference in body sizes in this heat is kind of interesting. You got Dave Muir, who is an ex-Australian rules football player, a giant of a man. and you have Kyle Lenny, a little bit more spelt, smaller guy. Then you got little Riggs Napoleon.
Yep, and then you got the long and lanky Connor Baxter.
It's the full range of the human species. So Dave Muir's another one who likes it big. He'll be coming up in the next round. His claim to fame having been his win in Tahiti in the giant year we had there in 2010.
And here we go, up and riding in white. This is Noah from Cavella Janella. And down the line speed for Noah, switching the paddle nicely, carving on his backhand. And getting some down the line speed, and he kicks out. Saw that oncoming section and wanted no part of that lip. So did the wise thing to pull out and over and hopefully make it beyond this next wave that's approaching. You see him prone paddling, scratching out of position. And he's going to get it just over, almost on the head. So just able to punch his board through and save himself a possible long swim with a broken leash.
So Rocky, what have we got in store for us tomorrow? Do you think? What do you think about the waves? It's supposed to peak tomorrow, no?
Well, the swell is on the rise, and it's going to get bigger. Hopefully it peaks overnight and tapers off for the morning, because we could be looking at some pretty wild conditions come 7:30 this tomorrow morning. So we'll have to come here early, assess the situation and the conditions, and make a call based on what we see, and also what is on the buoys for tomorrow and the following afternoon, just to make sure that it's going to be safe enough out there. But anything that you could enlighten us with the forecast, Tristan?
Well, from what I saw, I was surprised to see it pick up so much today. I saw the swell picking up, but not peaking as high as it is. But they have been saying 15 to 20 foot faces for Saturday and Sunday, which is actually, I would say we're almost over and above that in the set, certainly here, Al.
Yeah, we're right about there right now. And on the outside, this is Kainoa Hawani'o from the Big Island. Nice cut back mid-face right there, back into the soup. Gets back to the open face. One more section to work with and just carves right under that crashing lip.
Whatever happens, it will be an intense weekend of action. I'm sure the Warriors will be out there again tomorrow as we continue on with this main event of the Sunset Beach Pro.
Stop number 1 on the Stand Up World Tour, brought to you by the Waterman League and Turtle Bay Resort, Pacifico and Maui Gym as well. And look at this, more sets even on the horizon. Lots of waves coming here for 2 minutes remaining. All right, so down there on the beach, we got Jamie O'Brien, who is supposedly still in the heat, bro. What's going on?
So what happened in the heat, man?
Just got caught inside every time I got a chance to get out the back, and just mowed down, broke my leash, took me back out, got mowed down again. When I mean mowed down, I mean I got multiple 12-foot waves on my head, and didn't work out today.
So did you have fun overall, man?
I had fun for sure. Definitely had a rush going when the sets were landing on my head. I tried to get a couple off the end bowl. I didn't want to come in early, but I ended up way on the other side by the point, and it's like by the time I could have made it back out, but I just took a beating.
So what do you expect for tomorrow? The wave's supposed to be ramping up.
Well, let's hopefully it doesn't get too big, and we get some good waves at Pipe tomorrow.
Awesome.
Good luck at the Sunset event, guys.
All right, thanks, Jamie.
No worries.
All right, so we are back live. Mahalo, Jamie, for participating. Always good to see you out there and doing your thing. No matter what happens, you're always exciting. Entertaining in more ways than one. Jamie O'Brien. 29 seconds.
So coming up in the next heat, we have 2 times world champion. He finished 3rd in 2012, but he's still a 2 times world champion, 10 and 11.
Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that's the penultimate heat of the day here.
Here we go. Counting down to start. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that starts our final heat of today. Heat number 6. In red, Kai Lenny. In white, Dave Muir. In blue, Riggs Napoleon. And in green, Connor Baxter.
Alright, so we're on. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Okay, we got Ryder up and riding. This is Kai Lenny.
That is Kai Lenny, a former 2-time champion here at the Sunset Beach Pro. And also the Stand Up World Series race champion. So he's one of those guys that does it on both ends of the racing and the surfing of the Stand Up World Series and Stand Up World Tour.
He's also been making some waves recently at Piahi, lay down paddling at Jaws.
Getting into the big surf paddling arena.
Not to mention the windsurfing and the kite surfing, actually, Rocky. He's quite a performer in those sports too.
Yep, that's how he started in the surfing, and then in the windsurfing, kite surfing, and then got over to stand-up paddling. And seems like anything he picks up, he can pretty much do at a top level.
So also in this heat, Connor Baxter.
Oh, on the outside, big late drop for white Dave Muir.
You're going to see some spray from this man when he puts his boat on a rail. Watch out.
Nice turn right there, and just kind of digs a rail and has to kick out. Here we go, up and riding. This is Red Kaileni. Oh, and he's a little bit deep on that one, so he kicks out. That wave racing down the line.
Taste. Oh. O'Neill. Levels going over here. One channel, but it's loud enough? Okay.
And this is white Dave Muir from Western Australia taking off on this bomber.
O'Neill, time.
This is a big guy too.
That's all right.
If you saw him on land, then you'd understand how proportional this wave is to him. That is a solid 6-foot wave, 4-foot Hawaiian style maybe.
And on the outside, more larger waves breaking.
I tell you what, as a competitor out in the water, when you're paddling for one of these and look over your shoulder, it's scary seeing one of those behind you.
Here's Kaileni, carving in the open face, working his way back to the bottom, has to get some down the line speed.
Nice
And then
section.
big bottom turn setting up, standing tall. Can he pull in? Just riding in the pit, trying to stall Kaileni. Very nice surfing there and aired over that section and does a little bit of a running man. Yep.
Well, that was a nice ride by Kai. He was waiting for it to throw over his head. There is some unreal surfing going on right now, but we're about to go to the beach with Noah Janela.
From Cavella.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good heat. It was fun. You know, 4 guys out at Sunset, hard to go wrong. It was kind of so windy out there, so it was hard to get into the waves. But, I mean, instantly I broke my leash, so I had to board swap, and then thankfully didn't break it again. I couldn't really find the waves with the long walls, but had a couple fun ones. We'll see. Can't tell what people are doing on those waves. I didn't really get to see anyone riding them, but there's potential out there, so you never know.
So overall, though, you happy how Sunset here performed today for you guys?
Oh, it's so good. I mean, all the locals are probably pretty bummed they're not surfing it right now. But yeah, it's super cool. We get to surf this spot right now, how it is, the Sunset. 4 guys out. Can't go wrong. All right, thanks.
All right, so we are back live up in the booth with Zane Schweitzer and myself, Rocky Cannon, watching the action here in the final heat of day number 1 here at Sunset, day number 2 of the whole competition. We had first day at Turtle Bay, now day number 2 here at Sunset Beach. Watching heat number 6. Kai Lenny in red, Dave Muir in white, Riggs Napoleon in blue, Connor Baxter in green.
Get to see action from Connor and Riggs. This is a classic heat with a pack of the youngsters, Kai Lenny, Riggs, Connor. They've all been traveling together since they were just getting into the sport. Must be a trip out there competing with them, but it's not the first time that they've done it, that's for sure. Still yet to see some action from Riggs Napoleon. I'm sure he's looking for a bomb out the back. I see Connor leading the pack outside. Let's see what they could find. The race stroke. Look at Connor. Hooah, hooah, hooah. Go for it, Rocky. No, we can't just do yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Can't just all of a sudden start doing.
Here we go. Look at this big set coming in on the outside.
Oh.
Wes Bolin.
Ooh, looks like Kai Lenny possibly choosing this one.
He's on it, dropping in. So much spray coming up the face. Gets out in front, carves a nice turn. Now he's going to put the pedal to the metal. No, he's going to fade all the way back. And this wall speeds up ahead. He just carves under the lip, and now he has to straighten out. Kai Lenny staying very busy here in heat number 6. Nice shot of the crowd on the beach enjoying the action here at Sunset. If you're looking for big waves and professional competition on the North Shore, you have found it. The Stand Up World Tour, our first event here, the Sunset Beach Pro. And we had a beautiful day of competition. Not a drop of rain, just beautiful sunlight and awesome conditions. The rising swell throughout the day. It should peak overnight, possibly in the morning. And we'll be up early, Zane, checking out the conditions for early action tomorrow. It's going to be big and burly, I bet, tomorrow morning once again.
Oh, well, we hope so. Speaking of big and burly, this is Connor Baxter outside on a nice wave. Maybe he's choosing to go on a medium one to try and get a few more performance maneuvers. He decides to opt out and maybe look for another one out the back.
I didn't fall asleep, so I probably worked a little bit.
Well, to all of you that showed up to the beach today, big mahalos for coming and supporting the Waterman League and the Stand Up World Tour. This is the first leg of the Stand Up World Tour series, the Sunset Beach Pro, and the second day of competition with the women's and the Nakamakai event taking place at Turtle Bay Resort just 2 days ago. And now today, the first day of the Sunset Beach Pro.
And there's a shot of our spectators on the beach enjoying the action here live with their toes in the sand. Definitely warmer than where they are visiting from. especially if you're visiting from the Northeast. Right now it's about 100 below zero and buried in 1,000 yards of snow. At least that's what it would feel like to me. I wouldn't survive one day during a blizzard in the Northeast. I would be dead on arrival. My Hawaiian blood is very, very thin. And I think I'd step off the plane and be frozen in the airport.
Well, big set out the back. Looks like Dave Muir, Big Wave Dave. This looks like it's going to provide a nice face to hit. Ooh. Driving off the bottom, off the top. He's looking really smooth, pulling in on a killer wave. Yeah, Davo.
Driving high, tucking low, able to negotiate that section beautifully. Here's Blue, first wave of Riggs Napoleon.
Yeah, Brother Riggs.
One of our youngest competitors.
How old is he now? 6, 7, 16? Riggs Napoleon, local boy to Oahu. He's only 16 years old, I believe. He might even be 15, actually. But he's been charging out here for the last few years. If you think he's young now, I mean, he was out here 3 years ago doing the same thing.
At the tender young age of 12.
Whew. Wow.
Born in 1998. That's when I graduated high school.
Oh, and Connor Baxter in green. This looks like it could be a good one. Connor Baxter is a local to Maui, born and raised in the Baxter family, big in windsurfing and stand-up paddling, surfing. He's recently been charging jaws the last big few swells. Oh, and here he goes, pulling in. Oh, getting lipped in the back of the head. He is used to stuff like that, though, I tell you what. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, if anybody can handle a wipeout like that, it's Connor Baxter.
Just in his fist, just paddling with the fist, probably. Here's a good replay of Dave O'Meara's rider in White's wave. Ooh. See that beautiful bottom turn generating him so much speed. Really able to slingshot off the top, and then once again with a beautiful bottom turn setting up into the pocket. He's pretty much in there right there.
So surprised that he didn't get lifted up and over with that positioning right there. Great job by Dave Muir. Tucking high and holding his line. Able to negotiate that section. And then right after him was Riggs Napoleon, the young 15-year-old from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Riggs really familiar with the stand-up paddle and really switching his, really being conscious of switching his paddle every rail transition. And here's Connor Baxter in green. This is his replay of the last wave.
And Connor on the replay grabbing his rail and his paddle and then just gets hammered on the outside. Your two-time champion, Kai Lenny. Surprisingly able to hold the rail in on this big bumpy wave. Doing some nice turns, driving through that section right there. Puts a little 1 foot out the back. And here's Dave Muir.
looking really good.
And Dave tucking high, going for a barrel, and just gets exploded and cartwheels over the side of the board.
Oh, and just looking up, the waves are just closing from all the way from backyards, coming all the way into the lineup at Sunset. Oh, for all of you viewers on the beach, I tell you what, looking out there, it looks big, but once you're out there, up close and personal, it is a whole lot bigger.
It's huge. It's gargantuan. Paddling on the outside, really trying to get into this one. Not going to do it. Whoa.
Oh, little Riggs Napoleon just getting blown off the back.
See, when you're 15 years old and 85 pounds, this wind can really get a hold of you.
So, Rocky, from a local's point of view, on a day like this, when it's this conditions, how many people would be out on like a normal day?
You know, there'd be a pretty good contingency of guys riding their big 9.0s and 10-foot boards. Probably anywhere from 20 to 30 guys, you know, throughout the day. Sunset, you know, once you get out there, the current in the actual lineup is not all that bad compared to a spot like Haleiwa, where you gotta keep moving, or even like Cami. So out here, once you get past this treacherous shore break and the strong current that's just off the shore here, when you get to the outside, it's actually somewhat comparable, quite pleasant. And we have a big channel on the left side where everybody's waiting. You have a lot of room to run away from the big sets. But if you do break your leash and have to swim in, it could be a long, long day. Here's where we are up in the booth.
What's up?
Enjoying the action from the second story.
Back to the action on the water.
And there's a look at our scaffolding setup. And we've been saying it all day about the wave heights of how they can approach the height of the scaffolding. And that's about right. Giving you a good idea of how big it is when you're looking on your computer at home. And you see the photographer standing on stage right there. Yeah, imagine a wall of water right behind him. That's about comparable how big the waves are.
And Rocky, you're a professional surfer yourself, been surfing your whole life. Is the Sunset one of your favorite spots to surf at? And have you ever surfed it in conditions like this? Can it hold much bigger?
This is about as big as it gets, and I do enjoy surfing Sunset. I usually ride on a day like today. I'd be on a 710, maybe even an 8.0. And I have surfed in the HIC Pro for many years here at Sunset. And it's, you know, it's a lot of fun when it's big like this, because it's just, if you like surfing big waves, Sunset is like the high performance big wave venue. So you can actually get some really nice strong bottom turns and top turns going down the line on this wave. So it's pretty fun. If you enjoy big waves, Sunset on a day like today is a lot of fun.
Definitely. And Kai Lenny, I believe, showing a good display of having fun out here.
On a smaller wave, but now getting his maneuvers done. A little more tight turns as he's got the smaller wave to work with, and cuts back into the white water.
Maybe he was possibly being a bit strategic there, getting one that he could rip, and maybe looking for another one that he could possibly catch a bomb.
Yeah, some of the bigger waves out here with these stand-up boards, it looks like it can be somewhat of a survival technique on the huge ones. So maybe Kai taking off on the smaller one wanted to get a little more loose and fit some tight maneuvers into his repertoire as he displayed on that smaller wave. 2 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock, 2:12 remaining.
And welcome to the North Shore of Oahu, Peo Lizarazu. All right, he just got off the plane from France. He's would have missed his heat if we ran up to heat 8 today, but we will be finishing after heat number 6. So, Peo, welcome to the North Shore.
And Pale, a former finalist here at Sunset. He is, as you said, from the country of France and has a wicked backhand attack here at Sunset. I was impressed the first time I saw him out here a few years ago, and he was laying it down. Look for him to be a threat coming up in heat number 10 of this round of the main event.
You could sure tell how windy it is out there when you see the water just being lifted off the lip and thrown into the air.
The Ehukai. Up and riding on the outside.
Ooh.
On a nice late drop. That's White Dave Muir.
That's a good wave.
Muir carving.
Dave has been really surfing well this heat.
Oh my gosh. That was the
right there.
worst situation to be with the lip crashing right at your feet.
That was gnarly.
Hopefully he didn't get hit by his board. He was very close to his board.
That's what I think almost
We'll go
happened.
watch for him to pop up.
Oh, 30 seconds remaining in this heat. 20 seconds. Is it over? It's over. It's over.
Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that wraps up day number 1 here at Sunset Beach. Day number 2 overall for the Stand Up World Tour Sunset Beach Pro. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors: Starboard, GoPro, Amp Energy, Maui Gym, Turtle Bay, Pacifico, Malibu. Also Nash, JP Australia, Fanatic, Art and Surf, Corban, Bic SUP, Puka Patch, Rogue, Body Glove, Mistral, Focus SUP, and Sup the magazine. And Zane, well, we had a very exciting day of competition. Huge surf coming in. Lots of guys doing very well. A lot of guys getting donuts and wiping out. What was your assessment of day number 1?
Well, I think it was definitely full of excitement, that's for sure. We were blessed with great conditions. The wind was a bit strong towards the end of the day, but the waves sure were good for, I mean, this is what we wanted. This is what it's been notorious for the last few years. So I think we were blessed with the conditions, and great job to all the competitors today. All the trialists did really well, and so we're on to the main event. And looking forward to what it's going to be like tomorrow. I mean, looks like it's just on the rise, so we'll see what it's like in the morning. I mean, first thing, we're going to have Justin Holland, Ian Voss, Carlos Bahia, and Garrett McNamara. So Garrett McNamara, he'll be charging no matter how big it is. I know that.
And we're going to start with Heat 7 tomorrow, so we're going to wake up early at 6 o'clock and be down here to check the conditions. Tune in bright and early. Thank you all for watching on StandUpWorldTour.com. Thank you to all of you on the beach here. I'm Rocky Cannon for Zane Schweitzer. We're going to sign off and bid you a final aloha. We'll see you in the morning.
Gee.